There's ways to do creative things even at a non-creative job, whether it's bringing creative gifts for our coworkers, finding creative ways to reconcile differences between people at odds, whether it's finding creative ways to think more positively about our job. I mean, there's a lot of ways that creativity can play into something if we realize that doing that in some ways is our act of worship to God. So singing a new song, taking that serious, and then realizing that our job, our vocation, that we can take it out of the compartment we have it in and tie it to our calling. And if we have imagination, have creativity, it becomes a lot easier to see how that job or that career creates the funds that allow us to do something else, that introduces us to the people that then translates into who knows what. Like that somehow where God has us is not a mistake or an accident, but it's a part of a bigger picture story that's being written.
Okay. Ken, is there anything we haven't discussed yet that's relevant about this topic?
Yeah, I think create versus copy, again, it's not a standard, it's a mindset. And oftentimes when we talk about creativity or innovation, which are big topics these days, we find that we're always comparing ourselves to Steve Jobs or someone like him, Michelangelo or Steve Jobs. And I don't think we do ourselves a service by that. Comparing ourselves to someone who may have been the most innovative person in the history of mankind, Leonardo da Vinci, whoever it is, it isn't going to make me feel more inspired to try things where I might fail, or where I might be slowly learning. And so the idea isn't to compare ourselves to the greatest examples of creativity. The idea is just to compare ourselves to ourselves of a month ago or 2 months ago, and to realize that, I'm able to slowly embrace the creative part of me. And in doing so, it's really changed the nature of my conversation with God, my ability to perceive or apprehend what he's doing in the world. I have a mind to see that, eyes to see, and ears to hear, so to speak. And so it's really not about creating these false standards, but getting excited about the possibilities of nurturing that creativity within ourselves.
Mm. Okay. And then, Mark, tell me a little bit about your other activities. I see that you're the founding pastor of Antioch Curch, president of Kilns College, and there's some other
most everything that I do has kind of been grounded in this faith community here in Bend, Oregon, called Antioch. But we were involved in a graduate-only school called Kilns College, and so it's a lot of those same ideas. How do we rethink education so that people really can get in touch with the roots of culture, history, faith? So a classic liberal arts education, I guess you could say. The Justice Conference, which was really about a theology of justice and that idea of pursuing human flourishing for all, and what it looks like to serve the least of these. That was a conference born out of that same creative group trying to say, how do we have this conversation and try and take it to deeper places and to wider audiences. And so, really everything has kind of, for me, been an extension of a group of people that I've been able to live life with and do ministry with, and to dream about what we might not be able to do using our gifts and talents in terms of our calling and making a difference in the world.
And I have a list of your social media links here, and I'll post that as well. But tell me what your website is.
Yeah, so people can find me at kenwytsma.com. Last name is just Wytsma. They can certainly search my name, Ken Wytsma, on Amazon and find the book, Create versus Copy. And then my handle for Twitter and Instagram is just KJ Wytsma. And would love to interact with people online.
Okay. Well, Ken, thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me. Perfect. Thanks so much, and look forward to it.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
That's all the time for today. You can learn more about Ken Wytsma at his website, kenwytsma.com. White-sma is spelled W-Y-T-S-M-A. Again, W-Y-T-S-M-A. Check back soon for another episode of Followers of the Cross. I will interview an expert on the Shroud of Turin. Thanks for listening.